Welcome back to another episode of Procrastination Podcast. We talk about anime life and everything in between. My name's Matt,
I'm Robert.
I'm Alonzo.
and we apologize for the delay. We've been doing a lot of things. I've been doing a lot of things, and some of it is to bring you more content, like we did last time on some anime conventions, which is what we did last weekend. In fact, so
Mm-hmm.
we braved the storm just to give you guys this content. We almost died. So
Right.
appreciate it, love it, enjoy it. Um, you know, but what you guys been up to so far? I mean, you know what I've been up to? A lot of work stuff, busy stuff, studying.
Not much this time. I've been watching some anime, just trying to relax, getting that. They said I heard somebody talking about this about post con depression. You ever heard about this?
No.
It's like it's like it's like you go to this convention where you go to any event where you feel more like normal than you usually do. You get more accepting, right? And then you come back into your normal life and it sucks. And they're like, well, this is what some people feel. No, I'm not saying I feel that, but I am saying that like it feels way more like like I want something to do. It's like I have energy that I don't know what to do with, you know?
Yes,
That's how I
indeed.
feel. But
Okay. I'm gonna comment on that, but that kind of segues, so I'm gonna wait.
okay.
Okay. How about you, Alonso?
I haven't been doing much of anything. Hot water heater broke, but that's another large expense that's happening with this house. Had to replace the roof. I've had to fix a sump pump that flooded the basement, which I also had to pay for. So a lot of money going into this house. I'm not sure if it's worth it. All this money that I don't got, but nah, I'm dealing with it. It'll be fine, I'm sure. But I haven't really been doing much else, just going to work. For the past like 2 months, it's been like I've been on travel for every single week, just going
Mm,
places for work, and that's finally slowed down. So I'm happy to be back at my desk, just doing whatever at my computer. Not really working all that hard, but it's good to be back in a rut to say, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's all my life has been, being in a rut and being in debt. So,
this man knows
but in
nothing of
regards
that.
to the con, like
Nothing.
Robert was mentioning, I was physically and I guess emotionally drained. All that social energy I had to put in, and all the walking around, my legs were tired, feet were screaming. Yeah.
Dogs was barking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In them suede shoes you had. Yeah, that was,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, them things
Yeah.
were
Yeah, we
uncomfortable,
should have. Yeah, we
but
should have. We should have had the
it made the
picture.
fit come together.
It did. It did. It did. It definitely fit the fit together. But you know, beauty is pain, right? This beauty is, you know, if you're hurting, that means you was looking good.
True, he was
But
styling on him. He was.
it
He was
was. It
styling on him.
was. People didn't you know people didn't quite appreciate it as much as they should have. But some did, and it's always for the select few that we do these things. It's like this
Mhm.
podcast it's for the select few that truly appreciate the artistry that goes into these things. So, but yeah, um, the con was good. My second con ever. I think y'all's third. So it was still new, very new for me. This whole Alonso's thinking he got more experience on his
That's
belt
my
than me.
this was my fifth.
Oh yeah,
Fifth, God
because he had
dang.
some West Coast events, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
Mm-hmm.
This man was over
Yeah.
there styling on him in the West Coast. I forgot
Mhm.
the beach babes. Anyway, but yeah, so definitely still really new for me. So it was still a good experience. I think the first one was like more excitement for me, so it kind of brought on more positive emotions. This one was still really good, but maybe the weather too played a part. It was kind of trash weather, but you know it was inside, obviously, and just like I said, kind of segmented, but it was still really good. Still really good event. Still had a good time, and still overall thought it was had more stuff going on, but I feel like it was more lines too. It was more lines, it was more people, but it was still good. It was like still everyone really nice, really friendly. So it's still like overall really good experience, but definitely a little different than the other we went to. Definitely a little bit bigger, and yeah, I mean, I still think everyone though seemed like they had a really good time, and seemed like from what the people there were saying that it was probably one of the better turnouts in the recent years. So it seemed good. It seemed good to me. I don't know how y'all felt generally about it, but
Yeah, I mean, generally, like you said, I had plenty good time, and yeah, it was chill. It was chill. I mean, especially like you know the events we went to and everything. Like I was pretty comfortable the whole time. Long as I said there was a lot of walking because there were a lot of
was
there's
like up
a lot
and
of
down.
levels. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It's like and some of the main events were like separated by two floors, so
right.
it's like yeah, go
Yeah,
all the way down, then all the way up, then all the way down. Then, but other than that, I
shoot
mean,
the
yeah,
ladders.
right. It's pretty chill. Everybody was pretty cool. Um, so yeah, it was overall fun time.
Where does this rank for you, Alonzo, on your extensive list of cons?
This ranks in the top three, I think.
Okay.
You know, I'm gonna name drop Otakon. I went there. Was I think it was like what was it 2019? I think
Yeah,
it was before
somewhere around
COVID,
there.
so
Yeah.
I didn't like that one as much. And then um, one of the ones I went on the West Coast was Anime Expo. I went there twice, but one of the years was just overwhelming. So I didn't like that as much. So I think I ranked it in the top three, maybe
Hmm.
top two for
Okay.
me.
Wow.
It
Okay.
was a good experience. A lot of neat people, a lot of good cosplays.
Yeah.
The artist alleys and the exhibits were always fun to see all the stuff they had. I know you guys, well, Robert bought some stuff, so
Mm.
and it was a fun time. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, it was a good experience. All the events we went to, all the panels they had, it was fun.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, and I guess getting into my first question and kind of segueing from what Robert was saying, the post con depression. The thing, and I probably said this last time, but the thing I enjoy the most about it is just like being able to go somewhere and immediately feel comfortable, immediately feel like, oh, I don't got to worry about being myself. I don't got to worry
Mhm.
about, you know, feeling weird about the things that I like. And I know anime is getting more and more accepted, but it's still definitely plenty of like funny looks from certain
Mhm.
people, especially as we get older and stuff like that. So it's like, it's just nice to have a place where you can just all do that. And it was funny because like seeing like some of it was like in a hotel this time, so still seeing like some regular hotel goers like going on like what the freak, like am I in a dream right now? Like so it was pretty cool like seeing like people's reactions, but then some of them still being like, oh, like that's kind of cool. You kind of see them kind of like, oh, okay, this is interesting. I think some people in the hotel were even trying to go to like the maid cafe and stuff too, which is pretty funny.
Mhm.
So it was that was like all my favorite part about it, and it's like it's just weird and like I wouldn't say weird, but I would say it's just nice to have somewhere in today's society where it's like you go there and it's like there's no problems, there's no like serious problems, no one's getting super upset, no one's getting super offended, no one's getting super angry, everyone's just chill, copacetic. And it's nice to go somewhere and be like, okay, I know I'm gonna go here and ain't gonna be no problems. I do not have to worry about no problems here. And that is like very, very, very few places on earth. And that's why I can see how people can have like some and I think I mentioned this to you guys in person at the first con, like some post con depression. Cause like if you go throughout your life and like this is the only place you meet with people that are like-minded and like meet with people that are just super accepting of you and like you get to walk around and like feel like you don't get funny looks is like it's almost like just refreshing and a relief. And then to go back into like the normal world where you're dealing with all that same stuff again, it's probably like, just like reburdening yourself all over again after weight you got used to carrying, but then you took it off and you're like, oh, I'm light, my shoulders feel good, and then you had to put the weight
Mhm.
back on. It's like, oh god,
Mhm.
now it's even heavier. It feels even heavier. So yeah, like it. I do hate that part of it, that some people have to go home feeling that way. But I kind of just take away all the kind of positives that, oh, cool. It's cool to know there's this many people that like stuff that I like and that are super super accepting and super super chill and like open to like talking and doing the interviews like we'll talk about later and stuff. But yeah, that's my favorite part for sure.
Good. I definitely agree about that. I Yeah, I mean, one of my main goals, like especially when doing any kind of like social activity, is just like conversation, right? I just want to have conversation with somebody that I wouldn't normally, or have like an engaged conversation more than just like when you're at work and you just like, hey, how are you doing? Basic weather thing. It's like, all right, we had this same conversation for the last 4 years that I've worked at this job, but yeah, let's have it again. Let's do it again, right? So to me, having these conversations that are deep about like, oh, what have you gained from this? What have you everyone's watching this anime, but like, what is your favorite? What have you gained from it? Emotionally, or psychologically, or whatever. Like that to me is interesting, and that's what I want more of. Like not just these simple conversations. And yeah, and we had a big chance this time, with going to and we'll probably talk about that more, but like going to the host club where we talked to somebody, and yeah, and that was the main thing that I was like, all right, how can I force this to be, not force it, but how can I like
Make the most out of
facilitate,
this.
yeah, this to be a really engaged conversation.
Yeah.
And I think that was good. That was better than I expected on that front, and I was happy about that. What about you, Alonzo? Your favorite your favorite takeaway, I guess.
I want to real quick to go back to what Matt was talking about with people feeling comfortable with themselves. Yeah, people are. It's great to feel comfortable with yourself going to these conventions, but some people sometimes take it too far. Like they are really showing themselves. Like the
Yeah.
one guy who was talking to himself, like he I think
Yeah.
he was feeling himself. I don't know what's going on there. And then that what was it, Superstar? We saw the person you were scared of that was
Yeah.
wearing a mask.
Virgil.
Yeah.
No,
So some
ain't no
people,
way.
you know, it's fine to little, like, I guess, let go of yourself a little, but I don't know. Sometimes you see people, maybe they should be keeping it to themselves. Sometimes
Yeah, lock
maybe
that
that's
in.
why.
Lock that shit in.
Yeah.
Be cold blooded.
But
I'll be
nah, it was
real. If
fun.
that, yeah, yeah, I'll be real. If that kid with that mask had rolled up on me too crazy, I might have just
Okay.
because he
Catch
was
something.
he was a little too good at that ish. I'm sorry. I believe he murdered somebody in that ish. I don't believe that blood on that thing was fake. I am concerned.
Oh Lord. But nah, like the host club, that was fun. Spoiler alert. Well, not spoiler alert, but I'll let you in on a secret. Like they read me to a T. We had a tarot card reading, and my gosh, my thing was on point. It was like, oh, you're a lazy person. I was like, damn, this stuff really works. It's true.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
Okay.
but nah, yeah, yeah, it was a fun time. The experiences that we gained from that is what I truly cherish the most from this con. Like all the different stuff we did, just new things, the tarot card reading, the host club, the maid cafe, stuff I've never done before, and got to do it with friends. That's great.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. And I think that's what pushed me to do it is just trying to make these experiences and these new things that we hover around all this stuff. We just hover around it. It's like, let's go all in on it. And I think we went really far in because we actually went group cosplay and everything too,
Mhm.
which was like, I was like, I wasn't expecting us to do that anytime soon, but I was like, I thought that was good. And not everybody caught on to it, but a good amount of people caught on to it. And I heard some people mention it and they didn't say anything to us, but
Mm.
it was like, it was pretty cool to like, have that. And then a couple people asked for like all three of our pictures and stuff together, which is like, that's, it's weird to think you're on a stranger's phone right now, like just chilling in their pictures. But it's also kind of like it's kind of cool at the same time too, because like now you're kind of like a part of somebody's life, and it's a good memory for them. So it's like you're a good part of their life, even if you don't really like know them like that. So it's kind of cool too. Even though it will take some getting used to, if it's a continuous thing for sure for me. But yeah,
Yeah.
I
That was
definitely.
one thing that was really wild. That it was like, I mean, you were getting a lot of hey, this is a good cosplay. And we were talking about this in the car too. That was like, well, why do you think that was happening? And I was like, you know what? This is one of the few times you've seen a black guy, cosplay, and it be like pretty like fine, and like not seem like it was like harmful to the character or like misrepresented or whatever. Like it was completely fine. And I think that's why I told you in the car that, like, I think that's why a lot of, there was a lot of black people that were also
Yeah,
coming up
yeah,
to us and were like, hey,
yeah.
can I get a
That's
picture
true.
with you? Can I get a picture? Because
That's true.
it was like, huh, this is surprising that, like, black guys can cosplay completely fine
Yeah,
these characters. No,
yeah,
that was cool. I'd say that definitely was cool.
yeah.
And yeah, and getting, I mean, you talked about this last time, Alonso, about being recognized, and how that how that also is like, I don't know, it does make you feel good, right? To be like, oh, I put this on, and like we share the same likes.
Appreciation
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, in this thing. And yeah, so I think that was really cool. Yeah, and it definitely a perk of cosplay, especially our group cosplay was like, all right, cool.
Yeah. Yeah. It was it's like that. It takes a bit of getting used to for sure though.
Mm.
I was not expecting that. I was like, oh, this is simple. I got most of this stuff. I can put this together real quick. Bought a few other extra parts and like made the little thing, like his tool, whatever. And I was like, oh, this is good. This is good enough. I was like, this is fine.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't think much of it, and but yeah, I think I definitely agree. Like it was kind of like, yeah, like we said, a lot of the black people there were like, they weren't super, like a lot of them weren't really cosplaying like that, and I think that's part of it too. Is like, oh, this group of like black dudes are all cosplaying, and it's like, oh, and I see it, like I get exactly what they're doing, like, oh, so I can cosplay and then like still feel like I'm like really a part of that character and can represent that character well, like you said, and I think that hopefully inspires more people, people, of anyone that saw us, hopefully to cosplay more and to try some characters. If they like really like a character, then you just go for it, so hopefully. But I don't know, how did you feel about the pictures of Alonso?
Hey, I mean, if I'm on somebody's phone making them feel good, why not? You know, there was one lady that came up to me. She came up to me first, actually, and was like, "Oh, let me get a picture of all three of you." It's like, "Oh, you recognize me?" And she's like, "Yeah, y'all from the same anime." I was like, "Oh, shoot!" So I was
Yeah.
like, "Damn, that feels pretty good."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I don't see any problem with it. You know, people out there. I mean, we interviewed people, so we don't have anything to say about
That's a good
people
point.
taking our pictures. So
Right.
yeah.
That's a good point. That's a really good point. I didn't even think about that. I sound like a hypocrite. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I think, and it's all really, I don't know. It's like, they all ask permission. So it's not, I don't know. It feels like if someone just taking it, I'd be like, okay, hold on. Like,
Right.
but I think, everyone asks permission, and it's like, I don't know, like some of their reactions, like from the pictures, even the lady you said, like it's like her face like glowed. Oh yeah, that's what
There
Joelle
you
was.
go.
Yeah. Look at Darius not cosplaying. Look at that. Boo that man. Told him to cosplay. He wanted to spend money on merch, which he did. He did spend money on merch. So fair enough. He spent plenty, way more than I would have spent. But yeah, it felt good. Like, cause like you see their faces after the pictures, like they're glowing, man. Like it's like
Mm.
lady took that picture of us three, and she was like so like grinning from ear to ear, like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Thanks you guys. Like so like honestly appreciative, honestly happy to have like that. That's cool. Like that is a cool feeling to like be able to like I said, just pass on some joy to like people at the con, and like I said, it's already a really cool, chill atmosphere, and just to be able to kind of add something to that is like it's cool because it makes you feel like you're more a part of it, which I enjoyed. I enjoyed it. So that was awesome, and it definitely makes me want to keep cosplaying, which we've already talked about, and hopefully figure something out in the coming days or whatever. But for the next one we're going to go to, which hopefully we'll see y'all there.
Mhm.
But yeah, I don't know. Is there anything you wanted to talk about besides? We should talk about the host club and the maid. So let's start with the maid cafe first, because host club is its own its own
Good,
thing.
good.
But the maid cafe was good, but a little underwhelming. I think we would agree. Good experience to still try for our first experience. Good, great. But yeah, I think we can all say the wait in line was a little much, and the extra weird guy behind Alonzo just whispering to the guys, just behind
Oh yeah,
Alonzo the
yeah,
whole time
yeah.
in
You
line.
didn't see it, Alonzo, but that man was talking to himself the whole
I
time.
saw it. I
Oh,
saw it.
okay.
I ignored it.
Eyes forward,
Yeah.
eyes forward. Oh god, that was funny. It was. I had to try so hard. Like at one point, I just slid it close to Alonzo just to make sure he was okay. It's like, you all right? Like that guy was all on his man's back, and I don't know what he was doing. I don't know. He was strange. Even when anyway, we're not gonna keep getting on this guy. But overall, maid cafe experience was good.
What
One
was the
maid in
chant?
particular.
What was
Oh
it?
yeah, wait.
Mil Haru? I don't know.
Yeah.
It was What was it? It was something haru haru. It was. I remember the haru haru. Oh my gosh, I don't remember. I don't remember what the first two were. It started M.
I think it was
wasn't M
Moe.
thing. Moe. That's
Yes,
what it
yes,
was.
yes,
It
yes.
was Moe, haru haru. And she looked dang cute doing it, man. Oh my god. Anyway, she was oof. Whoever you are, Maid Chan, please come to NecoCon. We're looking forward to seeing you.
Like I think, yeah, like you said, they were understaffed. It seemed so that's why it took so long to get a table. And then the person that we had as a like a host, I guess we're gonna call it. She did not. I don't think she really explained anything. So she kind of like gave us,
Right.
sat down the menu, sat down the other thing where and then just kind of left. And she was
Right.
also like not at in our section for long. So it was kind of like
Which I was okay with.
we didn't, yeah. But I still feel like I would have like gotten a picture or something like that to like kind of like represent the thing.
Memories.
I didn't, right. But I didn't yeah. Again, she was barely there. And anyways, right.
Next time.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're saying. I was like, man, if we could have just been right then, just like, all right, can we get a picture?
Yeah.
I know what he was saying, but but yeah, but the food was great. Food was fine.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
And
better than I thought it was gonna be.
And yeah, because I think that is a restaurant, and it was just the maids were there as an extra feature. It was already a restaurant though, and yeah, again, we probably should have been a little bit more, try to be a little bit more interactive with it, and we didn't, but still, that's something we learned and something we'll try to do in the next thing, and then that's when host club we were like, all right, we did not go in enough. That's how I felt about Maid Cafe, and then we'll talk about that. But so any final thoughts on Maid Cafe?
Our first maid, like you said, was not good enough. In my opinion.
Good enough.
Not good enough. No. Did not
be gone.
Be gone.
Oh God. Okay.
Now the second one, the one Darius got, man.
Good-ish Darius for ordering that fried rice, nigga. I will never ever say nothing bad about you. I already did, but anyway, good job, man. Good job.
But no, yeah, it was a good experience. Again, food was decent. I had a seaweed salad, it had a weird taste, but it's something I never had before. So, something I can check off the list, I guess. But yeah, it was good.
Yeah. So, and I want to get your opinion first because I feel like it's gonna be the it's gonna set it all. Tell me your feelings about the host club because I think your view is like the most authentic view. And I just want to have it.
I mean,
first.
I told y'all, I didn't care for or any of our hostesses or hosts. Like, I didn't care for them. You know, I'm hoping we can go to the next con. They have a host club, and we get Q's hostesses. You know, and have a great experience with them. But the one at Anime USA, um, they tried their best. They had a lot of shit going on. They had all them champagne calls and all that shit. But you know, I mean, if we're up there, we're paying money. They're forcing us to pay money. You know, make it worth my while. You know what I'm saying? Make it worth my while. Make it easy on the eyes. Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
It's so funny because it's so authentic. I love it. That's how I wanted to go. Yes, I definitely. Oh, fudge. I do agree. I feel like Robert has something he wants to say first. I would have let him go before I say anything.
No. I mean, look, I think the first guy, I don't even know what his name was. I don't think he ever gave it to us.
totally
And let's say his name was James. James comes up to us,
James
and
right,
and he sits down and he says like, "Oh, I know how to do these things, and you just got to pay a couple of dollars and we do these things." And we're just like, "Okay, all right, calm down. You seem like you have high energy, James."
Right.
This is
This
our
man was
first
sweating.
thing. Yeah, he was like, "I can bench press that guy. I can squat that guy." Or what
Squat,
do you say?
squat. You want me to squat him? No, not that guy. Not that guy. This
Not that black guy. The other tall black guy. I can squat him. And we're like, all right, bro. None of us
So
want
good,
you
Michael.
to do that. You know, he just sit down with
Why would I want to see that?
four dudes. Yeah, it's just like, okay, no, we don't
You
care.
Once you guys squat, I'll just go to the gym.
Yeah, right.
What the freak?
So there was that, but then we were just like, hey, let's do this tarot card reading. I asked him to do that because he said that he could do that, and I asked, he was going to do it individually, but I was like, hey, can you do something more for the group so we can have like a big conversation? Again, trying to spark conversation here, and he went over like anime stuff, and it was great. He was legitimately like really interested in manga and trying to get us all more interested in manga, it seems.
Right.
So I'm
fair.
completely fine with James, but we did not come in there to sit down with the James. All right, honestly. So he kept leaving our table because he's the most energetic guy in that freaking room. So it seemed
And
like
he was highly sought after.
Yeah, people wanted to see him do things, apparently. Yeah. So one time he gets up and I look at Matt and I like just like we just did. We thought the same exact thing. It was like, are we gonna get a hostess instead of James? And Matt was like, yeah, I'll go ask. You got up and you asked for it. Yeah. We're like, I thought you guys were gonna switch hostesses and you didn't yet, so where they at? And then this girl, she walks by, her name Yuri, apparently. She comes by and she's like, is your table free? And for some reason I did not lock eyes with that at this point and realized that he did not want her at the table, nor did anyone else at the table. And I was like, okay, sure. This girls with her, here's a girl. This right. She had her tits out. She was dressed, and I was like, okay, this is what you wanted, right? This is what we wanted. Sit down. We're gonna talk to this woman. And yeah, and it seems, surprisingly, maybe unsurprisingly, Darius seemed super into it, which I was like super receptive, wanted just engaged in the conversation fully with her, which I really enjoyed watching. And yeah, and she still was like pretty decent at keeping the conversation going too, which
Yeah,
I thought was good.
yeah,
Like she was
that's
like,
true.
all right, no, I'm gonna ask a question to everyone. I'm gonna try to get everyone engaged. And yeah, so I really did enjoy that aspect, but she was just like like a girl from the hood, you know? Like I don't want to say it like that, but she's like someone we've
We've
seen
talked to
a
someone.
hundred times.
We've talked to this
Right,
person a
right,
lot.
right.
Right. Yeah.
Although she tried to come out quite alternative, she had
Right.
very average thoughts about so much.
Right.
So I was just like, okay, yeah, I know you. My sister is you. You're not different. But anyway,
Oh, God.
so so then yeah, at some point we wanted to have another hostess, and we were like and then Yuri was like, oh, I have to go drink with people because I'm a good drinker,
Yeah,
right?
that's her.
She
That was
said,
her. That was her skill. That was her
right,
skill.
right, yeah, yeah. um so then we were like, okay, she leaves, and we're sitting there for a little bit, and then this other girl comes on. I don't know what her name is. Let's call her Courtney. All right, Courtney gets up here, and she does not talk at all. She does not interact with us at all. We're playing Jenga, and she's just playing competitive Jenga. Like she's
Very competitive.
into that only. And then I look at her
Yes.
eyes, and I'm like, oh, she got bloodshot eyes. She has a drink in her hand. I'm like, oh, she's done. She's turned
Gone.
all the way turned already. So then I keep trying to like engage her in conversation, but she seems to like be kind of like against it, I guess. So then
She gone.
and then by the time that happened, it was already probably close to 10 o'clock. So we're kind of like, all right, we're done. We're done. Let's be done. Let's get out. But anyways, I enjoyed it. I think conversations with Yuri were still good. She was turning them like sexual sometimes, which it was weird
Yeah.
because she would also talk about
Out of the
like
blue.
all her boyfriends. She said one of
Right.
my partners at some point,
One of them.
and I was like,
Solo
oh,
polyamorous.
okay. Yeah, it's like okay. Now you're okay. Maybe you are a little alternative, more than
Right.
most, because
All
that's different. But yeah. So,
lives with 4 dudes. That's what she said.
right. So I like I said, fun times, fun conversation, but did we really experience something new? Is what I was feeling. I was like, with her, did we really experience something new? I'm like,
Sad part is with James, as we'll call him, we
Yeah.
experienced the most new.
yeah. I had the most connection with James, actually. Yeah.
Ah, James.
James.
Oh, James. like legit. And that's pitiful almost, but I mean, you gotta, you're gonna be a certain kind of person doing this in America, especially, right?
Right.
A kind of an alty thing to do, like to even find out about. And they said they all found out about it through the con. That's how they found out about doing it in the first place. So I have no clue how regular people find out how to do it, about doing it. So, I think it was a good, like I said, good overall experience. I'm glad we tried it. Always down to do something different, do something new. So for sure, glad we did it. But yeah, for sure, less than impressed with some of the things that had happened, some of the goings on, the quality of some of the service, and I mean, yeah, at a point it was just like, oh, this is just like a college party. That's all this is, because like dudes is just getting gone. I mean, dude came up to get, I guess not spoiler because you saw the picture, but Robert was dressed as Itadori from Jujutsu, and then one guy who is, I mean, this guy's finished. Or he's done. He crumbs up behind Robert because we're on like a little bit of like a step up, and he goes like right behind Robert. He's like, Itadori good.
I did not hear that. I don't know how you
this
heard
guy
that.
just walks away, and I'm just left there like, what the Rick? I was like, hey, this guy talking to you. Like these dudes right here, gone, man. And like
Yeah.
the tables were
He
just
kept saying,
going.
"I'm just so glad you're here. I'm just,
Yeah,
I'm so glad you're here. You're still here, bro. You're still here."
so
I was
glad
like,
you're here.
"What the fuck is he talking about?"
That ish was funny. So I mean, again, it was a good new-ish experience. But definitely wanted to be a little different. Hoping for a little bit better at our next convention and the ones after that. I don't know what the one after that is actually. I don't know if there is one after that. That's big. But actually, I didn't talk to her about that. But anyway, but yeah, I thought all y'all's views are pretty much my views. I mean, for sure could have been a little better on a couple of different fronts, but we went kind of in the thick of things too, so maybe that was part of it. We could have went a little earlier, but and maybe would have been a little bit better, a little better ratio of people. But I mean, it was like I said, still good, still cool experience. But I mean, it definitely doesn't stop me from going again. But like, it was very impressive to see how into it like Darius was for sure, and I was kind of shocked by that. And he seemed like he thoroughly enjoyed it. And that again is what it's all about, is like doing new things and like enjoying these new things and making these experiences. And Alonzo even got up and did a little dance for us. So I mean, it's all positives at the end of the night, So I thought it was good. I thought it was good all in all, and I'd do it again next year for sure. And yeah, hopefully we get to have a even better experience at NecoCon, which will be our next convention we hit up. But without further ado, because time is ticking, let's get into these interviews. We did a couple interviews as we did last time, and different ages, varying different ages, but still all pretty good. Again, get our first rejection too for an interview, but that's neither here nor there. Run the tape, man.
Run the tape. I shall do exactly that. Figure out how to do this. All right.
Tell us who you're cosplaying as.
My name is Diamante White. I'm cosplaying as Yuha Bach from Bleach.
Okay.
And I'm a little bit upset that because I don't see any other Stern Ridders around here. It's like I'm the only one.
I mean, sometimes you just got to be the sole one to represent, man. That's what you have to do. Yeah. So you're holding it down for all of them.
Yeah.
You're doing good. Okay. All right. So my first question is, how long have you been watching anime?
I've been watching since I started in elementary school because my brother introduced me to Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan.
Okay.
And I was watching that movie so much that I had homework. And a lot of my mom said I didn't know how to do it just so I could finish watching the movie. So because of that, I got in trouble for it, but it was awesome.
It was worth it.
Yeah,
gotcha.
It was worth it.
Okay. So a long time. Fair in elementary school is a good minute.
Yeah.
Okay. All that time, what's your least favorite anime?
My least? I don't really have a least like that, but if I had to say least, it has to be right now Dragon Ball Super.
Dragon Ball Super. Yeah. Why?
Well, because it ended the way how it should not have ended, because in the manga it was sort of much more different. But then the content creators keep saying, "Oh, it's coming back, it's coming back, it's coming back." I used to dive into that hype, but it hasn't came back yet. So, and then when they're releasing more games and more DLC and stuff, it's like, well, where's the new
manga?
shows? Yeah.
What about the anime? What about the manga? Yeah. What are y'all doing?
Yeah, it's basically like that.
They just left you hanging.
Yeah.
You don't like that. They ghosted him. They ghosted this man's opinions and views.
Yes, they really did.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks. That's all we got for you. Appreciate it.
You're muted, Matt.
Johnny got 2 apples, and he gave his mom was going in on him. He was like, "No, I don't know how many apples he got. Just let me go." Like, this man gets anything to escape and go watch some anime. Dedication to do that with a black mom is a risk I was not willing to take. So good on him.
I mean, he brought up Dragon Ball on both fronts, it seems, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, I think we all share that a little bit, being brought up on Dragon Ball. I remember, I think that like the Broly, like I didn't really like Dragon Ball, just to be honest with you guys. But Broly movies, when I watched Broly movies, I was like, oh, this is what Dragon Ball was supposed to be. I was like, oh my god, this is good. This is good. And yeah, so then he kind of shared that as well. But yeah, like I will say, yeah, that one constant here is that like a lot of people are don't have that go to that's like that you want to tell people not to watch, which I'm thinking is surprising. I don't know. I feel like we've had that for so long, right? That like I don't know. We've had these
For sure.
had these conversations so much that it's just like, oh no, yeah. I tell everyone I meet to not watch Psychopaths. I'm just telling you, don't watch it. There's no point. And it's like, yeah, they don't have those go tos. A lot of people are just like, huh? Well, I mean, everything's pretty good. I'm like, huh? That's surprising to me.
That's amazing.
Right. I mean, but I guess you're also in this realm that like everyone's kind of like, I like this, I like this, I like this. That you don't want to be that guy that's like bashing anything. I get it,
Right.
but like still, I was like,
That's
come on,
bad.
opinions. You know, no need to be scared. Speak your truth.
They were not scared last time. They were bashing some good anime.
For this guy, I felt like he was very, very energetic. You know, he was dressed up. He had his friend behind him, the Batman. I was like, that Batman was intimidating. I don't know why. But anyway, he's just standing there menacing. But yeah, it seemed like he was having a fun time. I will say, Dragon Ball Super, or not Dragon Ball, the first Broly movie, I did not like it. I did not enjoy it. So I'm surprised he got into anime like that. At least say Dragon Ball Z. That was more entertaining than the movie. And then Dragon Ball Super, like I haven't watched it, but I've heard good things about it. So I guess he was just upset they didn't adapt the ending correctly. But I don't know. But like you were saying, like people are not going to their go tos of what they don't like. I kind of agree with that. I don't know why people are scared to say something controversial. Just say you don't like it. I don't like Ari Ferretta, and I'm proud. God damn it. So, I don't know.
I mean, that's one of the discussion. But yes, I mean, I did think that was interesting, the dichotomy. He's like, I liked the first version of this, but I hate the latest version of this. And I don't know if that's a part of like kind of nostalgia too. Is like, oh yeah, as a kid this was so much better. Because like even for me, even though it's certain anime that rebooted and I'm like, oh, that was trash, that was terrible. And I think I'm right, but because that's the ratings say as well. But you know, I think sometimes it's the nostalgia that gets you, and it's like, oh yeah, this is always gonna be good to me, you know. But yeah, I thought I thought Dragon Ball Super was actually a pretty controversial one to pick, though. Saying all that because a lot of people like Super.
Yeah.
But but that it shows the power of like the endings. If the ending isn't there, that can really ruin an anime because there's an anime we watched recently that the ending was on course to be pretty dang good. Masamune Kun's Revenge.
Oh yes.
And then it just did some bull crap and it ruined it, man. It ruined it for me. I was like, this was an 8. I was like, no, 6. Ain't no way. You don't deserve a 7 because the first season was a 7. You definitely deserve an 8 because you won't better the first season. So down you go. Anyway, but ending can make or break it for sure. But yeah, I do agree with that. But yeah, roll the next one. Let's see how anything else to say about this.
I didn't watch Masamune.
Cosplay as.
All right, I'm Carter. I'm cosplaying Homura Kemi from Madoka Magica.
Oh gosh. Okay. Why Madoka Magica?
It was one of the first animes I ever watched, and I really love it. And also the new movie trailer just dropped recently, so I thought it was fitting.
Okay. I was like, some people get turned off by Madoka Magica by the first episode. So
You have to wait a couple episodes for it to pick up.
okay, fair enough. Okay. How long have you been watching anime?
Gosh, for over 10 years.
Okay, good minute. Okay, and all that time, what's your favorite anime?
Oh, my favorite anime?
Mhm.
It's probably Kill la Kill.
Kill La Kill.
Yeah.
I like that one. Okay, good one. And what's your least favorite?
I don't know if I have a least favorite.
Hmm. You sure?
I don't know.
Sound like something came to your mind. You just don't want to let it out.
No, I really, I'm a live and let live type
Okay.
of person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, then give me your anime starter. What starter anime did you watch when you first got into it?
I think it was Madoka Magica.
Was it Madoka
Yeah.
Magica?
Yeah.
The first thing you
Yeah.
got thrown into the. They
Yeah.
just let you get. Did someone introduce that to you, or you just picked it up on your own?
My sister.
Your sister just decided to.
Yeah.
She wanted to score you.
Yeah.
Instead she shaped your personality.
Yeah.
That's a nice change. Well, your sister is either very nice or very mean, so I don't know.
I think
But
both.
okay, that's fair too. But okay, I mean, any other questions? I think we're good. Oh yeah, any anime hidden gems you think people need to know about?
Oh, I don't know about that. I feel like everything that I like, most people are like, yeah, that's a good anime.
Okay, fair enough. All right, well, thank you. That's all.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Yeah. She was adorable.
Yeah. She seemed nervous.
She did seem nervous, which was so cute.
It's like, yeah. Her
go ahead.
Madoka Magica. I mean, that was a big thing, and I think Darius was one of the person who told us about that, who forced us to watch the scene, scene in the dorm room. So that was funny, and and it was. I mean, it made me not want to watch that show. I was like, oh, well, if this is, it's like, okay, this seems like it's about death, and I don't want to watch that. But crazy, and I've seen stuff about it, like people talking about it now, how it's like getting overly complicated because they keep making new seasons and new movies and new everything. So I'm just like, okay, well, I'm out of that. But Kill I Kill though, now that's greatness. I mean, studio. I think that's Trigger.
It's good.
Who
Yes.
made that?
Mhm.
Like, oh man, all their stuff
Always hit
is just fucking
bangers.
Yeah, but Kill I Kill, amazing, super good, and I think it's an anime original, is it not? I
Yep.
think, yeah. So that's the other part that it's like, I don't know, it's just super clean anime, fucking great fights, great everything. It's good beginning to end.
Great everything.
Oh, yeah, I was about to say.
There's fan service, there is, and it's good too.
Oh, Lord.
Anyways, that's all I had.
I ain't got much more to add. I feel bad for her that her first starter anime was Madoka.
Yeah.
I mean, she seemed young, so 10 years ago coming out, like, that seemed
Yeah,
a traumatic
right.
experience. So,
Right? Imagine a 10-year-old just like, oh, it's so cute.
So yeah, that's a big yikes. And then Kill la Kill. It's a good show. I was always only there for the assets, but the plot. That's what we call it. The plot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Good interview with her.
Yeah.
Like, she did seem nervous, probably because there were 3 black guys just looking at her, recording her, asking her questions. So,
Oh, God. Okay. Maybe. She seemed more comfortable by the end. By the end, she seemed more comfortable.
Mhm.
But hopefully, if you're watching this, we did make you too uncomfortable. But yeah, I think Madoka Magic as a starter is my big takeaway from that. Her sister is a savage, bro. She is potentially a psychopath. How you gonna start your little sister off on that, bro?
Your
No
10-year-old sister.
Right. No regard for her life, bro. No regard. Just
Yeah.
we gonna F her up today. It's like woke up and chose violence immediately. Like for no reason.
It's like,
That's crazy.
Sailor Moon? Well, this is nothing like that. This is nothing.
He sold it to her just like Sailor Moon. Don't you love my moonlight?
Death. Chomp.
Ah. Oh my god! But yeah, that's a wild starter for someone. That was a good one. But yeah, I don't know. On to the next.
On to the next one.
Okay, we're recording. Okay, you can be next. Okay. Okay. First, can you just introduce yourself and tell us what you're cosplaying as?
I'm Nico, and I am cosplaying Runa from Kagegure.
Okay. Kakaguri, nice. Are you a gambler?
No.
Okay. Well. Okay. So, first thing, how long have you been watching anime?
I want to say sometime in middle school I got into
Middle
it.
school. Okay,
Yeah.
a good amount of time. So, in all that time, what's your favorite anime of all time?
Soul Eater.
Soul Eater.
Soul Eater.
Okay, that's a
Yeah.
classic.
Yeah.
How did you get into anime?
I think a friend showed me a few episodes of Fairy Tail, and
Fairy
from there I just kind of fell down the rabbit hole.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You know, good friend. That's a good friend you got there.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. And of all the time you've been watching anime, what's your least favorite anime of all time?
I don't know what my least favorite would be.
Okay. Do you have a least favorite part in an anime?
The ant arc in Hunter x Hunter.
That's your least favorite?
I couldn't watch it. I couldn't finish it.
Why?
It's so long.
But it's so good.
It's so long.
But it's so good. Look, you need to watch it. You know what I'm saying? I want you to do this for me.
Okay.
Do this for me.
Okay.
Don't do it for yourself.
Okay.
Believe in the me that believes in you that can watch the rest of the anime.
No, I will watch it.
Okay. All right. Any other questions? Okay, we're gonna leave you alone.
Okay.
Thanks for answering our questions.
Of course.
Ain't no freaking way you cannot watch that arc, man. What the freak? We gonna watch that
All
arc.
credibility.
All of it. All of it.
Most of it. Yeah.
All of it. Go and watch that ish right now. In fact, I should have pulled it up on my phone. Right, go, watch this arc. You don't get to go to the rest of this convention till you watch this arc. Like, oh my freaking gosh, man! One of the best arcs, period, in anime history. Period. Like, I don't care what nobody says, man. It has everything. Everything. Got to watch it. I don't give a freak how long. It ain't even that long. It was like 100 episodes long total. It ain't that long. The arc is not that long. Watch that ish. Remember, if you're watching this, believe in the me that believes in the you that can watch the rest of that. Watch it.
Robert, you still haven't watched it, right?
No. I have not
Watch that
watched
shit.
Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah. Tell him. Boo this man.
Yeah.
For not.
It's on my list. I just sort by number of episodes, and sorry, it is
Sound
not
like the girl.
It's not.
You can't. And you said she lost credibility. You lost credibility.
Look, she's young. Okay, she doesn't know.
So yeah, she has more of an excuse than you.
Look, I have seen plenty of great things, and there's plenty of great things that I've watched that you haven't watched. Okay,
But you cannot tell me that Hunter x Hunter and any anime the magnitude of Hunter x Hunter I have not watched. I even watched Steins Gate. I didn't even like Steins Gate. I don't like Steins Gate, and I watched all of it because I understood the magnitude of watching it.
didn't watch Zero.
No one told me to watch Zero. They said watch
I
Steins
told
Gate. So I watched Steins Gate.
There's no way I didn't tell you to watch Zero after I watched it because it went directly number 2 on my list.
Look, I need to see. I don't know. I watched one. I watched whatever number of episodes in one of them, and I'm pretty sure that ish ain't gonna be much different.
Look, we don't have to get into this debate right now, okay? Yeah, I feel bad. All right, good. You made
Should.
me feel bad for not watching it. Good job.
Good.
But
good.
this girl, Soul Eater, I am also opposed to. I mean, I don't know. So Soul
Really?
Eater's not bad. I liked all of it until the end. The ending went too anime for me. I don't know. I was like she stopped using the sword. She started punching, and it made me mad. I was just like, what is the whole point of the show is you using the weapons?
Scythe,
Yeah.
Scythe,
And then she ends with it, not doing that. Okay, but right, which is like, I mean, so many shows do that, so I won't fault it too much, but that's why I couldn't rate it too highly. But I liked a lot of it. Yeah. And then what else? I mean, I guess that was it, right?
Said Fairy Tail was her starter.
Fairy Tale, yeah, that's another one.
I don't like
That's
Fairy Tail.
I imagine watching Fairy Tale and say you can't sit through fucking. Okay, I'm sorry. Hunter. It's like what?
Fudging Fairy Tale, which is repetitive as crap, dude.
Yes, it's so.
What the freak? I'm getting fired. Anyway, I'm not getting into this. I'm not getting into this. I'm sorry.
Exact same animation every time. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Anyway,
She's a child.
Ability.
We're not going to listen to her. Next
I
one.
never. any take along.
Oh yeah, I love them. Yeah, I said my take. She lost all credibility there. How could you not watch one of the best arcs ever? Because it's too long. What? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Even that long? It's just the arc. It's
Right?
just, you know. Anyway, forget it. I'm not gonna.
I'm
And
saying,
then-
both Soul Eater and Fairy Tale are
Or
long.
long as
So,
So is long.
yeah, I don't know what she's talking about.
It's like, man, or were you scared? Did you need a hug? It got too real for you. It got too real. Anyway, go
It's
ahead.
that Gen Z attention span. They don't got it. You know.
Yeah, true.
I don't know.
Oh my god!
Anyway,
I sound old now.
On to the next one. The last one we have for you.
Oh, is it?
all
Okay.
Today.
My nibbles here.
Yeah, so it's no problem.
Make sure that way for this my anime.
Nibbles.
What you're cosplaying as?
My name is Montel. I am cosplaying as Master Roshi.
Okay. And how long have you been watching anime?
Let's see. I'm 54. I've been watching since I was 9.
Wow.
That's crazy.
I'm an old guy. There's nothing I can do about that.
I mean, it's impressive. Okay. And in all that time, what's your favorite anime?
Oof. I think the one that really made my heart swell the most. Well, there was 2 of them. They were both AMV or animated movies. First one was Lupin the Third, Castle of Cagliostro.
Okay.
Second one was Vampire Hunter D.
Okay. I watched that. I'm gonna watch that one. I watched Lupin the third one.
I'm about to say, come on
I
now.
watched Lupin the third one. That was like one of the ones we started.
Vampire Hunter D is fire. If you ever want to know what happened to the bastard son of Dracula, here you go.
Okay. All right. I got something to do. Okay. And in all that time, what's your least favorite?
Oof. All the ones that are mainstream that have the toxic following. I can't stand fandoms where they push it so hard that they take the fun out of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's an exploration. It's a journey. If you like it, great. If you don't, great. But you find this out. I don't want it being pushed on me that I should watch this one or I should watch that one. You should wash my clothes. You should pay my rent. No? Then stay out of my face. That's how that works.
Okay. And what started you out in anime? Like, what was your starter anime? Did someone push you into it, or?
Believe it or not, my first anime was Battle of the Planets. It was when it was Gotcha Man. When it came over to the States and said, we're going to repackage it. We're going to put Casey Kasem on here. Everything is going to be dope.
Okay.
And I watched the years, I was like, wait, that's Battle of the Planets. No, it was Gotcha Man. Word? Okay. And then that's how the journey started. I was in 3rd grade watching it every morning, go to school. You're like, G-Force, it's like, I'm G-Force. And who's G-Force? And then I found out later, said, wow, I was portraying being a guy in a bird suit.
It's okay.
I'm here for it all day. I'm here for it all day. And that's what started my journey.
Nice. That's awesome, man. I don't know. Oh, yes.
Woo, goodness. He would ask me something that I'm somewhat familiar with.
Okay. I like it.
I stay away from mainstream stuff because there's nothing wrong with it, but there's so many hidden gems that people don't even realize. Like, one of my favorites in recent years is one called Phi Brain, Phi Brain. And it's based around people who create puzzles and they solve them, but on a world scale. You know, either you solve this puzzle or the world blows up or something happens. And it's so dope because each of these puzzles aren't the standard rudimentary things. You literally sit there and go, I wouldn't know how to solve that to save my life. But then you see the genius behind them solving these puzzles. Darwin's Game. Love that. Love that anime. Classroom of the Elite.
See, I like that. He doesn't like it as much. I like it a lot.
Classroom is a slow burn.
It makes you want to hate the main character.
It does.
It's surprising.
It does. But see, it also makes you just like, what made you become this way.
Yeah.
So it makes you want that next season. So you're like, okay, can you explain what he was in the middle of and why he's like this? Because yeah, he is a butthole.
Oh yeah.
But you want to see, it's like watching a train wreck happen slow motion. You can't take your eyes away, but you don't want to watch anymore. And that's how that is. I think if I had a final one, I like anime that involve gambling. There's one called Akagi. Akagi is about a gentleman who is so down on his luck he'll just gamble on anything. But he ends up getting put into these games that have to do with his life, and you just see the struggle, but he still takes that chance. Dope. Absolutely dope.
Yeah. Okay. Appreciate that.
No problem.
We got some homework. We got some homework to do. I like that. This is my kind of homework though. It's what I wish I got in school.
I'm totally down for that. That's what it's all about, man.
Yeah. Thanks.
Hey, no problem.
Oh man, like that guy is super cool. So like that's where I want to be at 54, you know?
Right.
Like man, he seemed like into, you know, whatever new stuff, old stuff, everything. Like he's into it, and that's great. I seen some of his recommendations, so that was good, and we had some conversation about that. Like you said, Classroom of the Elite, Darwin's Game, which I also enjoyed. Darwin's Game, I didn't find it like that amazing, but Darwin's Game was solid. Same with and I remember Alonzo, you were talking about Akagi before, right?
I actually talked about Kaiji, but
Kaiji.
Akagi is like made by the same author, so I need to watch that.
Okay. And yeah, legitimately, let's see, what else did he say? His starter anime was way older, so we don't really know anything about Gatchaman.
I mean, I know of it, but I've never like gone back and watched it. Like it's you know, I watch old anime, but Gatchaman is very, very like, you know, old school Power Ranger esque sort of stuff, which I'm like, kind of, you know, if I was a kid at this age, maybe I'd be like, oh, I'd show my kid or something, but like at this point.
It's like also amazing that you even like include that sometimes. It's like OG anime that you've watched, right? It's just like, It's like would you include like you know, like your first cartoon that you've watched? Would you say that's like, you know, Barney? You know, or like, you know what I mean? I was like, I don't think I would ever
Barney's
say
live
that.
action silly.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I don't consider Pokemon my first anime.
Right. Exactly like Pokemon. Yeah,
I watched Pokemon and Digimon before, like,
right,
knowing they were anime. I didn't know they were anime.
I agree with that. Yeah. And so I'm surprised that people keep that. But they are, yeah. And and I think we had this conversation before though, but like we sometimes it feels like ones that you watched a long time ago where you weren't really into it, and then you got to a, you know, kind of like Naruto, like early Naruto, I watched it, but I didn't like get it, you know, until like Shippuden or whatever, and then I'm like, oh no, now I'm at the age where I'm watching it, enjoying it, and understanding all the subtle, you know, things that are in there. So I don't know. I think that that for me that's hard to include in my list of stuff. But anyways, overall, guys, super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was really cool. He gave us an Instagram. He was a presenter. He has all these podcasts. Like, this man's doing a lot at 54. That's like, I wish I'd be doing stuff like that when I'm that age. Just being cool, watching anime, doing a lot of stuff for the community and people in general. Some of his recommendations I need to watch. Classroom of the Elite, I watched like the first 3 episodes. I was like, no, never watch it again. This is terrible. I watched Darwin's Game. That's a good show. I would give it an 8. Akagi, that's is a gambling show in the same vein of Kaiji, same author, so he's probably the same sort of character doing his best to be a terrible person by gambling, but I don't know, maybe I'll like it. Like, I didn't like the main character in Kaiji because he's a total piece of shit, but who knows? And we talked about it in the previous episode about him. Fuck that guy. Gotcha, man. That's some old stuff, but maybe one day when I'm old, I'll go to the convention. People will interview me and be like, "Oh yeah, I remember Naruto, back in the day, man. That was my shit." And you're like, "Okay, old man. Okay, millennial, get out of here." Young kids, you guys don't know the struggle we had. I used to watch Naruto on YouTube. Right. Parts, Spanish subtitles. I don't know, but yeah, it was a cool dude.
Yeah, he was, and he offered to help us out if we needed to. So and be a resource for us. But we appreciate that. We appreciate you if you're watching this. I don't know if you ever found the actual podcast. We need to do more with our social media stuff so we can do a better job with that, which we will do. But yeah, like I said, definitely plan to watch some of these recommendations. Bookmark a couple of them to watch. Definitely had already watched Class from the Elite. I'm actually rewatching that now, so I'm gonna get fresh look at it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it the first time. I don't know. I think I liked it the most out of all of us. I don't know. I think it's really good. I think it's definitely not like top 10 or anything, but it's up there to me. As far as just originality, like just different. I wanted you want something different sometimes, and it's very different than what's traditionally out there, and it has real unexpected nature to it. Like not an expected twist. It has a twist you're like, what exactly is happening right now? Like, and I like that. I like to not be able to predict an anime because I've watched so many. I can predict almost too many of them. I can predict too many of them, how they're going to go, when it's going to happen, and it's annoying and it takes away from it. But that gave me like a new feeling, which I enjoyed. So anyway, I liked it. But I'll work on his other ones. Not big gambling anime person, but I might try a couple of these ones people have been recommending.
Yeah, we talked about Class for Elite before, and I think the major thing is I just have a hard time separating my emotions that it's making me feel versus my feelings toward the anime. It's like I hate the main guy. They want you to do that though. They want you to hate him. He's supposed to be super manipulative. He's supposed to be super kind of dismissive. Right. And they want you to not like him. But, should that mean that the anime itself is not liked? No, right? So, right. I don't know. Yeah. But it's hard for me to do that. So I just feel like, I hate this. I hate how this is making me feel. I hate everything about it. And then, I get to the end of the first season. I felt so validated that I was like, oh, I hate this guy. And here, this is why. But anyways, I won't spoil it. But so good.
But yeah, we'll watch a couple of those gambling anime because people love to gamble on their sports, and sometimes it gets them into a lot of trouble, especially when things change in extra time.
All right, back at it again with extra time. It's been a long time. We thought we left you, but we never do that. We're always here for you. Starting off with the NBA, Damian Lillard, a prolific scorer and All-NBA player, formerly of the Portland Trail Blazers. He was finally traded this week, so he's ended a months-long stalemate between he and the Trail Blazers. He was traded to the Milwaukee Bucks in a three-team trade. That instantly vaults the Bucks to be top contenders for next year's NBA championship. He teams up with all-world player Giannis Antetokounmpo for a chance at Lillard's first ring and Giannis' second. So they're going to be fun to watch in the two-man game. It will be a lot of pick and rolls, pick and pops, a lot of stuff you haven't seen since Shaq and Kobe, I believe. So get ready for that. WNBA, just quick shout out to the Las Vegas Aces and the New York Liberty. Those two teams are going to be vying for the WNBA championship starting next week. So good luck to each of them. College football. So a positive story for the college football season this year has been the start of the University of Colorado's football team, led by coach and NFL Hall of Famer Deion Sanders. He's also known as Prime Time, Coach Prime, as they call him. The team only won one game last year, but they've already tripled that by winning their first 3 games and knocking off the national championship runner-ups in the first game of the season. So 3 wins may be all that they get this year because they got their asses beat by Oregon last week, and they got stomped. Well, not stomped, but they lost to USC this week. So they're on a 2-game losing skid, but you never know how the season may go. But they only won 1 game last year, and they already did better than last year. So kudos to them. But really, the impact that Coach Prime has had is invaluable to the team. Like his experience, his coaching prowess, his ability to bring in transfer players and get them up to speed. But it may be invaluable if you're not like a economics person, because they actually calculated the impact. So they said Sanders' impact to the university is over $280 million in just over the first 4 games. So they signed him to a $29.5 million contract over 5 years. But yeah, $280 million is the impact. This comes from increase in ticket sales, which is $20 million, increase in donations, $8 million, $3 million in other categories, and an estimated $250 million in media exposure. And these are only for the first 4 games. So that valuation will only increase. So like this past weekend at against USC, their home field will look like a celebrities field, because they had a lot of celebrities out there. They had a red carpet rollout for a lot of people out there. So it looks like fun times in Boulder, Colorado. But moving on, the MLB, the playoffs are about to start, and the Atlanta Braves are about to start them as the top seeded team overall. But I want to give a quick shout out to the Baltimore Orioles, who my current hometown team, who for all their futility for over half a decade, they punched their tickets to the playoffs and won over 100 games this season. They'll be the top-ranked team in the American League. They came from being terrible in 2021 with 110 losses to winning 100 games in this year and taking the American League East title. So remember to never give up, always persevere. I've had experience watching them up close, and they were terrible these past recent years. And also a shout out to their minor league affiliate in my hometown team, the Norfolk Tide, who after a banner season, they won the AAA championship last night in Las Vegas. So props to them. That's their second AAA championship, their first since 1983, I believe. So we'll see if the Orioles can close out with championships as well to pair with the Tide. So kudos to them, and good luck for the Orioles in the playoffs. Now, finishing up the NFL. So last week, the Miami Dolphins beat the Denver Broncos by a whopping 50 points with a final score of 70-20. They scored 10 touchdowns, 5 in the air and 5 on the ground, and they came within just 3 points of setting the all-time record for most points scored in an NFL game. They had a chance at a 3-point field goal late in the game, but opted to run out the clock and mercifully end the beatdown. But I just wanted to ask you all, if you had the opportunity, would you have kicked the field goal and taken the record, but also risk being called out on breaking the unwritten rules of the game and being a bad sport for kicking an opponent while they're down? Because I 100% would have kicked it. I would have went for another touchdown to keep my score. Only touchdowns and the clean 77 points. Like I would have just beat their asses to the ground and gotten that record. But what would y'all have done, considering the optics of it all?
You know what? I wonder if it's more unsportsmanlike to not go for that, right? Like,
Right.
is it not right? It's like
I pity you, fools.
Yeah, it's like no. I don't want you guys to be on that record. You know, to be the one who they were against. Like no, like it's to me that's part of the sport, right? It's like fuck, you
Right.
go for as much as you can go for. Yeah, it's like what? Run out some clock. That's fucking. You know, I don't know. But
Hey,
yeah,
go
I
ahead,
mean,
go ahead.
yeah, but yeah, I mean, field goal probably. Yeah, it was like yeah, I've been like yeah, similar to you. Alonzo said, "Look it, if we can get the touchdown, go for the touchdown. If we can get the field goal, go for the field goal. What? What do you mean? This is the game. This is the sport. This is, also like how, how masculine that sport is. You know what I mean? It's like, well, we're not
Right.
babying nobody. It's like, look,
Right? You get clocked, man.
yeah. It's like, oh, maybe
People are-
they're gonna start crying or something. What? you added 3 points, they're gonna start crying. It's like, what? Who the hell cares? They get paid no matter what.
Right.
They get paid millions no matter
Right.
what. You know what?
Right. Most of those dudes are mentally checked out at like 30 points behind, dude. Like they are mentally checked out a long time ago. They don't care at this point. Like anyone's letting you score that many points, mind you, they're all professionals. At some point, they kind of gave up, right? They're done. They don't care how many points you score. Get your record. The haters will be there temporarily. That record there for a lot longer time, dude. Do yourself the favor. Get you that record. Because guess what? Some of those guys ain't getting no rings. So all they're going to have is that record. They need that record, man. Like, I would have
imagine watching. Imagine watching that. Is this whose home game was that?
It was Miami's. Yeah. His team that scored 70 points.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
imagine being a Bronco home game.
Just empty. Just quiet. Just everyone left and just dead quiet. Whole place is quiet.
You're just that one guy still in the sand, like,
well, I paid for these tickets.
Everyone's gonna miss the record.
Oh, like 100%, man. Yeah, but I agree. Like, yeah, I like don't that ish, and because that happened to us. Like my team at one point in I'm not gonna say what level, but at one point in one of the soccer teams I was on, I wanted to hurt nobody's feelings. We were really bad. Like we had like 3 good players. Everyone else was terrible. I was one of the good players, but the rest of us were terrible. The rest of them were terrible. Like 3 of us, the rest were not good. They tried hard, but they just weren't good, right? So we would just it was certain games we would just get crushed because there would just be 11 guys that knew how to play, and they would just crush us. Because like again, you just can't do anything with the only 3 guys that really know what they're doing, and then it came to a point where the coach just pull out all their starters, because like at the younger ages, they're not normally in soccer it's like a limit of like 3. I think now it's like 5 subs or something like that, but for America, especially for the younger ages, unlimited subs doesn't matter, right? So they would sub their whole freaking roster out, like halftime or something. That ish was mortifying. Beat my tail with your main team, bro. With your main team. Don't come in and put in these scrubs, bro. That jump was so freaking disrespectful. I started taking dudes out just because he put on scrubs. Like, don't do that to me, man. Like yeah. Go for that record. I can handle it. Like you said, they're getting paid how many millions, dude? They are going home and they will sleep and cry in their millions, and wipe their tears with hundreds, and then throw them on the floor. They'll be okay.
Like, yeah, they're subbing in the junior team. It's like, all right, kids, go ahead.
Right? Basically, that's what it felt like.
Funny. That's funny.
The dude that never expected to play is like, let me put my socks on, coach. Like, watch, man. Don't do that crap to me. And a quick word on Deion Sanders, man. Get that man a raise. What the freak? $29 million. He already made you 200. He need to be getting at least 100 million a year. What the freak? Like, I'm definitely asking for a raise immediately. Are you kidding me? That's crazy, dude. Like, yeah. I mean, yeah. They might not win a bunch of games, but they're gonna win enough to be relevant, and they're going to be relevant regardless as long as he's there. I mean, he made an HBCU team relevant. They don't care about HBCU teams ever on ESPN. They have to be the most amazing play that they've ever seen for them to put an HBCU team on ESPN. No knock on ESPN, but that's the realistic part of it. Like, they actually cared about an HBCU team just because Deion Sanders was there. That's how strong his pull is in the sports world. Like, to put him on an actual D1 team is even more pull. Now imagine if he goes to a already established team. My God, dude, it's over. Like at a team or a team even that's not established, but in a better area, like a team like Cal or something, who is not that good right now, but they're in California. Oh my gosh, man, they're gonna rake in like $1 billion in a week. Like it's gonna be like it's crazy the amount of pull one man can have, right? No one man should have all that power, is what Kanye West said, right? And but he got it, and he really don't. I don't know. For what it is, he's not that bad, honestly. In my opinion, for what he has as far as pull, he's not that bad of an attitude or that bad of a sport. He's actually not bad at sport at all. He's pretty gracious in defeat. Like, I don't know what people complain about. Like, yeah, he's a little flashy, but he's still overall a very good sportsman. Like, he has good sportsmanship. He teaches values. I mean, who cares if he wears a chain? But whatever. And shades. Shades are crazy cool. Could not pull those off. Those things look like make you like Ray Charles or something. Like them things that look blacked out, dude. Like those are crazy dark. But again, it's crazy some of the hate he gets. But he obviously is laughing all the way to the bank, just like the school is. But yeah, I mean, good, really good extra time.
There's a lot of stuff to make up, huh?
There's a lot I wanted to say. I wanted to say more stuff. There was a lot of good stuff there, but didn't want to draw it out too long. But really good extra time. Really good segment in general. A really good show in general. So yeah, we're going to another convention at the beginning of next month. So come with another episode like this, and then obviously in between we'll try and do kind of our usual stuff and get back on track a little bit. But yeah, this was fun once again, guys. And again, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully we'll see you at NecoCon. Say hi if you see us. If you do watch the show, let us know. That'd be cool.
That'd be crazy.
But till then, we out.